What's up everybody, Super Dovers fan here for another car review. This is of course the 2014 BMW M4. Huge thanks to Nick Murray for hooking me up with his awesome new M4 to review for you guys today. So about the BMW M4, well I just think it looks awesome. I mean it's so aggressive, I mean look at that front bumper, just all the angles, and it just looks so mean, especially with the angel eyes on and everything else. I mean from every angle it just has such a sweet look to it, and these wheels, especially with the drilled rotors, it just looks really sharp, and especially in this orange color, I think it looks amazing.
Right, so for the interior of the BMW M4, well, it's very nice. First thing is sitting down here, nice big heavy doors, of course. It's got that awesome German build quality. It's very solid and really is just amazing. You sit down in here, I mean, everything is just impeccably finished with the contrast stitching and the high quality leather, and this one obviously has the carbon fiber option, which dresses the dashboard nicely, and it's just obviously a very nice car. You know, even the standard 428 that I reviewed many months ago was nice, but this, obviously being the M model, is even nicer. Right, so you sit down in these seats, and they're really nice. So they have, you know, nice thick torso bolsters, nice thick leg bolstering as well, and they hold you in really well. They're a little bit on the firm side for me personally, but they're still very nice. They're comfortable. I mean, they're not like uncomfortable seats, but they're definitely a little bit on the firmer side. And as you can tell, we have Nick's dog Tui that's going to be riding along with us for this review, and he likes the back seats just fine. So we'll talk about that next. The backseat space in this car is pretty good. Fits a dog very well, as you can see, and it's a really nice space. Next is the steering wheel in this car, which is very nice. Very thick bolstering, and it has the very cool blue and red stitching, and obviously the metal accents and the nice and sturdy paddles. Everything is just super high quality. It's the perfect thickness. It's not overboard with thickness, but I mean it's a really beefy wheel and it feels great in your hands. Next is the gauges in this car, which are very nice as well. So you know, you have this full digital bottom portion, which is very cool, and you can customize that a bit, and you know, the gauge is very clear, and I like them a lot. Also, while we're talking about gauges, you know, you have the heads-up display in this car, which is also a very nice feature to have, and you know, it'll give you your speed limit and all that kind of stuff as well, and it's a really nice set of gauges. Right, so coming along to the center of the dashboard here, it's really nice. You have this widescreen iDrive display, which is very cool. You have the new iDrive controller, which is you know, pretty high tech. You can write on it and things like that. And it's, you know, got all your basic buttons here as shortcuts, but you can also go through the screen. And you know, it's very snappy. It's pretty easy to use. I still prefer a touchscreen myself, but these iDrive controllers and stuff have really improved a lot, and I think that they're really nice and easy to use. Coming along to the rest of the controls here for your volume knobs and your climate control and things like that, they're pretty good, you know, standard, typical BMW style stuff, nothing out of the ordinary here, but they're very easy to use, and you know, most people that have been in a BMW before will feel right at home here, and that's the really nice thing is, you know, it's very easy to use. As far as storage space goes in this car, that's pretty good. So you have map pockets here in the doors for the bottle holder. You have this little cubby with a power outlet. It's pretty small, but you can fit a couple knickknacks in there. You have two cup holders here, and they're perfect size to fit a miniature dinosaur, and they're you know, perfectly good. And then you come along to this center console, which is fairly shallow, and you can't fit a whole lot in there, but you know, it's nice to have, you know, a little bit of storage space in there. And this center console is also very soft and you know, great for resting your elbow on. Trunk space in the M4 is really good. It's like the standard 4 Series, of course, nothing different there. But I mean, you can fit lots of stuff. As you can see, large duffel bags and cases and things like that all fit back there with ease. And so it's a great car for traveling and things like that. Alright, so start up and go for a drive. This car has a keyless ignition, of course. So you just leave the key fob in your pocket here and hit the start button. It starts right up. Alright, so setting off in the BMW M4. So, first thing you notice, visibility is very good in this car. You know, you have a very good view forward, rear visibility is very good, large side windows, large side mirrors, Everything is very easy, and it's just a very smooth car. That's one thing you can definitely notice, is that it's very smooth, even with this transmission. This is a dual clutch transmission. Very smooth, seamless. It feels almost like an automatic. It's really that nice. And you can customize the suspension settings too in the M4. So I have the dampers right now in the sport mode, but if I put them over into comfort, then it actually does make a difference. You can feel that it's absorbing it a little more. I mean, it's not a world of a difference, but it is a good difference. And driving along on this bumpy park road, in comfort mode, it's very soft for the most part. It's a sports car. It's not going to be as cushy as a standard 4 Series, but it is still very nice and not jarring or anything, and very fitting for a BMW. If you're used to how BMWs ride normally, then you'll feel right at home in this car. Alright, so I have the transmission and manual, I have everything in Sport or Sport Plus, and so yeah, let's turn on to this back right here and see how it does. Jeez, okay, so it's quick. Oh, that sounds good too. I know some people miss the V8. I miss the V8 as well, but this sounds awesome. I mean, the downshifts, and it sounds kind of like the E46 actually, And oh man, plenty of power too. You're dealing with 425 horsepower and 406 pounds-feet of torque, and it's plenty for sure. And so on these corners here now, and it's really great. Especially with the steering in the sport mode, it's a nice weight. It has a good feel to it. I know some people were concerned about that, with this electric assisted steering, but it actually feels really good. And I really like the way it drives. So some more corners here. Transmission is really quick and snappy with this dual clutch, and it just pulls so hard. And this car is still even on snow tires, and it's still handling really well. But coming up to this tight corner, I always take here, and let's see how this body roll is. Love those downshifts. It's really good. Even on snow tires, it's really good. That's the only thing I keep, the traction control light keeps coming on a little bit and stuff. The tires keep losing grip a tad, but I mean, this car, obviously the chassis is solid. All right, so let's see about this power again, shall we? Look, I'm a little squirrely that time. It's quick. Man, it's so much fun. And this transmission is really spectacular. I love how snappy it is. It's immediate. Probably the best dual clutch system I've ever used. I would say it's that good. BMW really got their stuff right with this one, I think. It really just feels great. Even going around those corners, it feels very flat, very light on its feet. It's about 3,500 pounds, and I don't think that's a bad weight at all. It feels really great and just so sharp. So anyway, cruising along here now. It's very comfortable and very refined, and I really like it a lot. But I'm going to drive around here for a while longer, and I'll come back and give you some updated impressions. You hear that? It sounds so good to me. Anyway, so I've been driving this car for a while, and it's fun. Oh, it's just so darn impressive. I mean, the only thing it can't keep up is these snow tires. Aside from that, this thing is just, it does it all without a sweat. It's just, wow, is this a good car. So the one thing, I mean, I've been driving this car all day since the morning actually, and now I've just started driving it, quicker in the past hour or two here, and it's really just so impressive. And the thing that's impressive about it is it doesn't feel like it's turbocharged. It feels like a naturally aspirated motor. You don't even hear the turbo, and it really just feels like a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder. It's really great. I mean, there's gobs of torque. The torque comes on at like 1,800 RPMs for full torque. So I mean, it just, any part of the power band, boom, you have tons of power, and it's just great. And and this transmission, it's such a joy to go through the gears in it because of how quick and snappy it is on the shifts. It's really, really well done. Definitely my favorite BMW to date that I've ever driven, that's for sure. I love how whenever you put this in Sport Plus, it just gets so much louder too. It's just great. One thing that I didn't talk about too much yet in this car is all the technology. It's just jam-packed with all kinds of cool tech. You know, like if you're leaving your lane on the highway, the steering wheel will vibrate and let you know. And, you know, so it has the lane keeping assist and all kinds of cool systems. One thing, though, I wish is every time I get in and out of the car, it doesn't remember that I want to be in Sport Plus. It always defaults back to the standard comfort modes, and I really wish it stayed in Sport Plus all the time, because it's kind of a pain to hit those buttons each time you want to be driving sporty. And otherwise, I mean, it's just so much fun. I'd love to get this thing on some proper summer tires on a warm day and really tear up a back road in this, but man, I mean, you can just tell how capable this chassis is. It's really such a well done job. I mean, you can tell the center of gravity is low, there's no body roll whatsoever, and it's just so much fun. It's one of those cars that makes you want to drive faster and faster and faster. It's just so exciting to drive, and it's really great. One thing, I mean, that's easy to fix is, you know, this exhaust sounds really good when you're getting on it. Whenever it's just, you know, cruising along, it's nice and quiet, which is good most of the time, but it's almost too quiet. I still would like to have a faint wisp of an engine's note, and you really don't get too much engine note unless you really are getting on it. And speaking of getting on it, just so happens I'm turning onto a road with a very high speed limit, and I need to get up to speed very quickly. So let's see about that power again, shall we? Here we go. It's so much fun. Oh man, I can do that all day. This grin on my face. It's just, oh man, this is a fun car. People that say that the M division has lost its edge and stuff, I don't know. I think this is really great. It's super comfortable for daily driving. It's really exciting whenever you want to just drive crazy, and it's so capable. It's got just the right amount of tail happiness that it's exciting. You have to actually drive it. It doesn't drive itself, but it's very controllable, very accessible, and it's not scary to drive either. It's really well done. You can tell it's just fine-tuned perfectly, in my opinion, and I wouldn't change a single thing about it. It's really that good. But yeah, these start out around $65,000, and obviously the options list is a mile long on these cars. But if you can take it easy on the options, these are a really good value for the money. And like I said, just great all-around car, and I'm really impressed with it. It's just, you can daily drive it in utmost comfort, but you can just really ring it out on a back road, and it's mind-blowing. So just an all-around amazing car, and for only 65 grand before options, not bad at all. Just take it easy on the options and you're golden one of these. But yeah, so huge thanks once again to Nick Murray for allowing me to drive his awesome M4 today. You know, he has an awesome YouTube channel, and he films all kinds of videos, and he does a lot of videos of this M4 as well, and talking about his ownership experiences. So if you're interested in this car and what it's like to own one, definitely go check out his channel. Once again, the link is in the description and you can check it out there. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.